Hi everyone, welcome back. It's catch-up time in the 5-year journal, or actually whatever journal you're using currently. I'm in the first year of my 5-year journal, so 2023 to 2027, and I'm probably a little bit behind. Today is the 11th of February, and I'm up to the 3rd of February, so the 4th. Also on this side of the page I have been writing something, so I will need to go back and do that as well. I'm not too bothered by having 7 days to catch up on, or 8 days to catch up on, because I have been absolutely in love with my Hobonichi weeks. This is in a Sojourner cover. I've got the scoop pocket on the front with a couple of little gorgeous Pandora charms. Absolutely adore the cover for starters. And this is my health journal. It's been working for me super well. I started it on the 26th of December, so I haven't missed a day. I often do 2 or sometimes 3 days at a time. So I have enough in here for me to use to prompt me for what I actually want to write in the 5-year journal. So this is more health related. I do meals and how I'm feeling about myself, and I have some joint problems and things like that. So I write about that in there, but this is not going to record that information, of course, but it does give me a prompt for what was happening that day so that I can write about it. I always start with the city that I'm in, because I do travel a little bit for work and to see my family who are in North Queensland. So I just think it's nice to see where you were each day when the corresponding year comes around again. So I'm going to just start filling this out. I'll probably pop some music on and write away, but what I'm hoping is, like last time, if you're inclined to just dive in and do some journaling of your own at the same time. I think sometimes we kind of, I don't know, it's so easy to do, it only takes a couple of minutes, and you know, I could have done these already, the 8 days that I'm missing, but there's always just a little barrier. So what I'm hoping this video does is provide you a space and a time to sit down and do some catching up in your own journal or planner or whatever suits you. So let's go ahead and fill out, for me, February 4th. This is my mum's birthday, so I do remember that day pretty well. I mean, I'm not with my mum. She's in Mackay and in hospital on the birthday. Actually still in hospital now. Long story, but I do know that I do know how the day went. So I'm going to start and stop talking for a minute, and we will come back in a moment. Today I'm going to write the word distance because I am a long way from my family, and it's always a little bit hard when it's a major birthday like this one was. I've just realised I've used the wrong colour. This is like an orangey version. I need this darker red one, so hopefully you can see the difference between the two there. One's kind of a reddish, one's more orange toned, and one's a bit more blue toned. So I should have been using that one. No drama though, like I'm not super fussy about anything. This is a 5-year thing, so I'm gonna have mistakes, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so moving on to the next day, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and, using my health journal as my reference, just work out what I did on the 5th of February. So this was a planner day or a craft day, so actually I might use the word craft because I have used planner day I think already recently. And now it's just last week that I need to move on to. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a start on that. This brush pen, the nib has become really soft. The other colours are not quite like this. So I kind of had a feeling when I was writing with the wrong one before that it was the wrong one because it didn't have that kind of looseness that this one has. So I have to write bigger with this pen because the brush becomes much bigger. It's very hard to control it to a small tip. I might have to pick up another one of this colour because it's going to have to last me the rest of the year, and I keep having to write enormously on those pages. Alright, Tuesday the 7th, and I think I worked from home on this day, so I'll go ahead and write about that. But yeah, I remember being very sore and very tired that day because I hadn't slept very well again. Alright, I have two things I can use as my word for this day. I did have gelato, which is a rare treat, but also my day was full of writing board papers for work. So I actually am going to write board papers because I'm kind of curious to see how often that rolls around. I feel like spelling it wrong on purpose, so it's board papers, because they really are boring. No, it's quite interesting to see actually how the revenue and stuff comes together. I do quite enjoy that part, but when you're up at 7 AM to get it done before you have another meeting to go to off-site, it can be just a little bit yeah, boring. I think boring's the right word. Okay, that is Tuesday. And now we move to Wednesday. I haven't had a look to see if I should be using my pencil board in here. I think actually I'll move this one to this book because I think I'll get more use out of it here. I'm only going to put it where the pen is though, because I like the indentation of the paper. I don't want to lose that. So, all right, we move on to Wednesday. Alright, so if you can't read that, it says just 3 hours. Very, very bad writing. but anyway, it is what it is. Alright, so we'll move on to Thursday when I actually did get some very good sleep. So I was feeling much, much better. Okay, that's horrendous writing, but that's all I've got in me today. Alright, I'm going to have to write on the top of the pencil board, even though I don't want to, because like I said, I like the way the paper feels when you don't, but it's okay. Actually, using the pencil board makes the ink come out in a much thinner point. On the previous pages it's quite thick, but here we're getting a much thinner line, so that actually is good. I feel like it's usually a lot neater if it's a bit thinner. Okay, I didn't have enough room to write everything. One thing I didn't write is that I worked till 8:30 in the evening before I came home from the office, but I don't think I want to write about that. What I want to write about is that I'm addicted to Animal Crossing. So one thing I've been trying to, well, not trying because you can't do anything about it, but I've been waiting for Red to show up. It's my third time I'm going through the island, and you can't get Brewster until you donate artwork to the museum, and you have to buy your artwork from Red. So I ignored Red when he first came because I didn't realise that he was the trigger for Brewster. So I've had to wait, and I've had to wait ages, but finally he came. But I went to donate the artwork this morning and it was fake, so I still haven't donated artwork to the museum, and I'm going to have to wait yet another 2 weeks before I can do that. So very annoying. Alright, let's have a quick flip through the pages that don't have any of these words on them. Oh, I don't think I've got too many to do. 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so this is going to be messy. This pen is a bit difficult, but anyway, we shall persevere. So the 29th. So for this day I've written Blendy. Blendy is like a little superfood ball that you pop into a smoothie, and it's delicious. So it was my first one of those for the new year, and getting back into that little process. Alright, so on the 31st we had an off-site business review meeting. I'm not going to write all of that out. I'm just going to write BR meeting. This might be silly, but I wore a new dress today on the 1st of Feb, and the dress's name is Candy. You know, the design. And it is beautiful dress, and I felt really good in the dress. So much so that I've written about it, so I might as well make it a focus word, because I can't wait to wear it again. Okay, simple word for the second, which was teary. I was a bit sick and just feeling sorry for myself. And then actually it turns out I was quite sick, and the doctor gave me 2 days off work, so I was off sick on the Thursday and Friday. And I think that's it. We're up to Mum's birthday on the 4th. So I think I'm done. Let's have a very quick flip of the whole thing, shall we? I probably won't do this every time because it is going to end up being quite a long flip. But I do like to see, you know, I'm drawn to this page to sort of see what's happening. Notice the colours of the ink. So I'm in black ink here at the beginning of the month before I remembered that I wanted to use a different coloured ink each day. But I have used the same coloured chicory ink on this side, except for that one day where I wrote the orange one accidentally. Here I switched to a Ferris wheel press ink in a fountain pen, which I really liked, but the pen started to play up a little bit. I don't know. So I decided it was a bit difficult, and I also thought about it a bit further in that I will be traveling with this book. I think I will take it with me when I travel. So I moved to this Sarasa pen. I've got a few of these colours, more than 5. So one each here will be able to suit, and they all have chicory inks that kind of match. So it works for me. I think that's the best way for me to do it. So, you know, it's not beautiful, it's not perfect, it's super messy, but I'm capturing the stuff that I want to capture, which is nice. I'm keeping up with it, even though I'm doing like a weekly catch-up, but I don't care about the weekly catch-up. Like I said, I've got everything stored in the health journal. If I wasn't writing anything anywhere, I would probably be a bit concerned. And that's what happened last time I tried this journal, and it just didn't work for me for that exact reason. So I'm pretty happy with the way it's going right now. I really wasn't sure how it was going to go, but it's going well, and that's great. I'm keeping up. So let me know in the comments if you are also keeping up. And also, please let me know if this type of video is useful to you. I'm happy to keep doing it, of course. It's always fun to turn the camera on and journal away. But yeah, I'm keen to hear if it's something that is actually quite useful to you as well, since that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm doing it in the first place. So who knew that red would be my colour for this year? I really did not expect that at all. But when I saw this, it's just beautiful. I mean, I've seen it every year, but I really loved it, and I couldn't help it. I had to get it. I do have other 5-year covers, 2 other covers in fact, but this one just, it's just delicious, isn't it? And then I've been eyeing off this cover for so long. I mean, this was kind of bespoke. You could choose the colours of the letters that you wanted to use, so it wasn't really available in pink and red. I put that together, but still, these 2 planners together, journals together, I think are just beautiful. And then I've recently added this Thinking of You planner that I've covered with some paper as well. So that's this Thinking of You planner from Mr. Eggplants. So I think these 3 planners, journals together, this is going to be a memory keeping journal. They really just speak to me. They make it a joy to pick up the journals, and I think sometimes that's half the battle. If you don't feel inspired by the books, then you're not going to worry about picking them up. And I think that's what's happening to me right now with my everyday planner. But I'll save that talk for another video. Actually, I really want to go into that in a bit more depth. So please let me know what you thought of this video and if it was useful to you. Of course, I'm very keen to hear. As always, love having the chats in the comments about how we're all using our books and how we're keeping up as well. That, to me, that's pretty important, to keep track of to keep on top of the journaling if you can, especially when you're using a dated planner and dated journal, and one that you want to keep a memory of for the 5 years. I thought at first that I didn't care about empty pages, and actually in real life I'm not going to care about empty pages, but I'm really happy that I don't have empty pages. It's just nice to be able to next year look back and there will be something to look back on. Of course it doesn't matter if you don't do that, but I did fall over last time, like I said, so it's nice that so far I'm on track. I mean, we're only a month in, right? So I could fall apart at any minute. But for now, I'm pretty happy that I'm on track, and I hope you're happy with your progress this year as well. Let me know in the comments, like I said, if you want to. I'd be really keen to have a chat to you about it. In the meantime, have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all super, super soon. Bye.